Hi there. If everything goes well, this is a video that's not flipped. Um, I don't know, new phone, everything kind of goes crazy on my phone. My Gmail account, sort of, I'm able to send emails with it, but I'm not able to receive any more mails. Which is good if you've got your Discogs connected to it and all that stuff. So I had to rearrange a lot of stuff. Got a new email address. Hate it. I just hate it. I don't get it. Anyway, this is a final update, and I got a lot to show you. So this is from several weeks of thrifting, and I need to get more on the connecting with you guys thing because I suck at that. Start with the 7 inches. Got a little stack of 7-inch records. First up, lovely Previn with I'll Never Get Over You. This is a UK pressing on Secret Records, and it's new wave, 80s new wave. This is from 81. I tend to pick up stuff that looks interesting, and this looked interesting, and I remember hearing it and thinking, okay, this is actually fun. So for now, it's a keeper. We got Junior, Too Late. This looked like a reggae single. It's not. This is on Mercury. Another UK pressing. But it's soul music. It's actually a pretty good track. The cover is cheesy as hell, but I don't care. So glad to have picked that up. Yeah, this is Manhattan's Herd. No, not really. John Sebastian with Warm Baby and Welcome Back, Cotter. I liked John Sebastian when he was in whatever band he was in, but solo, not really. So this is a wrong sleeve, wrong record. Total Contrast. This basically gave it a shot. It looked interesting. This is Hit and Run, and it features the hidden dub version. This is on London Records. We're talking about the Dutch pressing here. This is actually really, really good. Mid-80s funk, soul, boogie, disco, whatever you want to call it. Actually really, really good. And I'm glad I also picked this one up. This takes a little time, by Total Contrast. And I think a lot of people might know this track. It also features a Mirage style. Again, on London Records. This one is from 85, and the other one I think is from 84. Good stuff. Try to find some vinyl LPs from them. Another one in the same vein, Tremaine. This is Fall Down, Spirit of Love. It's got the radio and the club edit on here. Back is the same. This is on A&M Records. German pressing. Again, disco, funk, soul from 85. And the last 7-inch I got is not from 85, it's from 1975. And it's Natalie Cole with This Will Be. Everybody knows this track, and it features Joey on the B-side. Love the cover. The song is kind of cheesy, but it's good enough. On to the LPs. Loose Connections by Andy Roberts. Loose Connection, not actually a love story. And this is not actually a soundtrack. Hello. But it is. It's a soundtrack for some kind of mid-80s movie, 1984. I've never seen the movie. It's on Virgin Records. And I thought this would be sort of synthy, cheesy synthy pop thing. It's not. It's horrendous. It's country. It's folk, but not good. So Andy Roberts, I didn't know the guy. I looked it up. He's a folk country singer. Not my cup of tea. So that's not a keeper. Here we have Cheryl Lynn, self-titled, I believe, debut album from 78. This one is water damaged, and it features the track Got to Be Real, which is amazing. I love that track. Didn't know that was on here, so I basically just put it on, first track. I'm like, okay, yeah, I like this. Good soul funk. It's got the original inner sleeve. It's on CBS. Dutch pressing. Yep, Dutch pressing. I live in Holland, so yeah, I'm kind of buying those. So that's a good one. This I just had to pick up. Frans Gaal. What's it called? Des Branches. 1984 Frans Gaal album. And Frans Gaal, if you do not know, she was amazing in the 60s when she did tracks by Serge Gainsbourg. This is not Serge Gainsbourg, but it's Frans Gaal, and it's on Apache Records. And I never heard of the label, but I heard of her, so I said, pick it up. It's 80s, probably not that good. And I was right, it's not that good. Yeah, it's got a little damage here, but I don't know. Not digging it. This one was a little bit more expensive. I bought these at a thrift store that has separate section of more expensive records. And a lot of the times I look through those more expensive records, I'm like, other thrift stores ask $1 and you ask like $6. But this one I just had to have. This is Johnny Guitar Watson, where I don't want to be a Lone Ranger, or I don't want to be a Lone Ranger. I don't know how you pronounce it. This is Dutch pressing on Fantasy. Schauk owned it before me. See, Schauk. Good funk. I think this was released before Real Mother for You. Before that album came out, this was released before that, and it's funky. It's really, really good. Johnny Guitar Watson. Try to pick up everything I see by him. This is an unpronounceable band, Koinonia. Second album I picked up by them. I believe this is their first album. It's called More Than a Feeling. And when I looked up some information on these guys, it turns out they're a Christian jazz fusion band. There's some vocals on here, but it's nothing like pointing towards a religious band. But I like it. It's sort of a very light jazz funk fusion, smooth jazz album, and I dig it. It's interesting. It came out in 1980 something, 83, and it's on Breaker Records. This is the UK pressing, I believe. Koinonia, just a Greek word, but they're I think an American band. They have, I think, 4 albums. I only have 2. I like that. This I picked up because Big Star 1000 at one point has mentioned Christophe, and he's a French pop singer from the 60s, I think, or 70s. This one is from 1977. It's a compilation. It's called La Dolce Vita. It's on a French label called Disque Motor, and it's interesting. I kind of like it, but I don't know what to do with it because it's not really my cup of tea. It's sort of a new wave power pop hybrid French pop thing. It ain't bad, but it ain't what I'm looking for. Still need to actually really listen to the next album. But what I've heard is interesting. It's a soundtrack to a Dutch movie called Sabine. And Sabine is a movie that I don't know if I've ever seen. If I have, I don't remember it because I'm not a big fan of Dutch movies. But I remember reading about it that it's kind of a risque movie where a older guy falls for a underage girl. And that's it. That's not why I bought it, by the way. I bought this because it's from a guy called Ruud Bos. If you go and look up Ruud Bos on Discogs and the soundtracks he did, there's one called Naakt over de Schutting, which translates to Naked over the Fence. The cover has a couple of naked people crawling over a fence. You don't really see them naked, but you kind of think they're naked. That soundtrack goes for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's an insane jazz funk album. This is on Dureco, and it has slight elements of jazz funk and slight elements of smooth jazz, and it's interesting. Came out in 1981. I still need to really, go deep into this record, but so far so good. So Ruud Bos is one of the composers of Dutch television and movies that is like collectible. Now that was a second thrift store, which was started with the Koinonia record, and ended with the soundtrack by Sabine. And the next 6 records, I think. Yeah, I found at the last thrift store I visited, which was on a Tuesday. And there's some really, really good stuff in here. So go for it. First up, Kentucky Express. That's not what loving is. No, lying on a railroad. That's not what loving is. No, that's what suicide looks like. This is a 1971 album on Cream Records. Never heard of that label. It's kind of split, but I can fix that. I looked it up. It basically said folk rock. And 1971, I thought, it's going to be kind of like Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Sort of. It's sort of like a mix between them and Simon and Garfunkel. It's good. It's got Big Yellow Taxi on here, and Can't Always Get What You Want. It's on here as well. America is on here, I think. No, it's not. I don't know. But it's a decent album. It's enjoyable. I liked it. So I'm keeping it. Then, Deep Soul Ballads. This is a weird one. Not weird one. It's a compilation of Deep Soul Ballads. But it's on a label that I've never heard of, which is Cosmic Records. And Cosmic is from Holland, I believe, because it says here it's created in Holland and distributed in Holland by Phonogram and Polygram. I don't know. But it's got a lot of really cool artists on here. Hope you can see it. Aaron Neville, Ted Taylor, Little Johnny Taylor, Percy Sledge, The Dells, Eddie Giles, Sam Cooke, Nina Simone, Impressions, Lloyd Price, Don Covey, Bobby Patterson, Jerry Butler, Joe Simon, Dixie Cups, Betty LaFad, Lee Dorsey, Irma Thomas, and Gene Chandler. It's interesting. It's not like a killer comp. It's got deep soul tracks. I like them more funky, but it was interesting. It was a buck. Another one that was a buck that is pretty water damaged. And the sleeve is, as you can see, also water damaged. And the vinyl, if you look closely, it's got smudge on it. It's filthy. It's not really bad filthy, but it's filthy. But this album is by a group called, hope you can see it here, the rumor. It's called Frogs, Sprouts, Clocks, and Krauts. And it's on, I forgot the name of the label. I forgot the name, Stiff Records. Yeah. And it's sort of what Stiff was in 1978, because that's when this album came out. It sounds a lot like Elvis Costello and a lot of other artists like that. So it's sort of new wave, punky-ish, but it's more new wave. It's enjoyable, but not really what I'm looking for. And it's weather damaged. Then I picked up the new 3 Degrees, New Dimensions. It's a Gitvold. And I picked it up, and I don't know what I'm going to think of it. I have not heard this one yet, but it's produced by Jojo Moroder. Now, I think not so long ago I showed a Jojo Moroder album that I really liked. But when he produces disco, that's what this is, things turn bad. I don't like Donna Summer. The big songs from him and Donna, I like, but everything else, pff. So I don't know what this is going to be. It's produced by Jojo Moroder. Could be interesting, could be really, really bad. It's from, what year is it from? And what label is it on? It's on Ariola. And it's from 1978. We're going to see. 2 more LPs. This was the first one I saw, and I was like, it's $1? Okay, I'm getting it. Be warned, it features nudity. And it's a soundtrack. But it's not the one I mentioned previously. Buddy Love by Klaus Schulze. Yeah, for $1. There. You're going to see some half-naked ladies and half-naked men. Why? Because it's music for a porn movie. Yeah, Klaus Schulze did music for a porn movie. I believe a Danish adult film. This is also on Ariola. And this is from 1977. But yeah, he did music for a adult film. Like heavily adult. Like full-on adult. That's what he did. And it's just got 3 tracks on here. And they're synth ambient things, and I need to listen to it because I'm not a huge Klaus Schulze fan, but it's an intriguing little album, I guess. And seeing this in a thrift store, you pick it up. Last one, this was a little bit more expensive, and it got basically destroyed by a cat. This is what cats do, I guess. I don't have a cat, but I needed it. I didn't have this one in my collection yet. Deep Purple Fireball from, I believe, 1971. I think so. I don't know. This is on Harvest. And it's like a triple gatefold. They are Fireball by Deep Purple. Good old classic rock. Cheesy ass cover, but who cares? I believe this is the Dutch pressing. And it's, as you can see, pretty destroyed, but it plays really, really well. So I'm happy. I got a little bit more, paid a little bit more for this than I should have because of the condition and all that stuff, but had to have this. So that's my update. 20 minutes almost. I'm gonna cut it here. I'm going to try and flip this video so you don't see the mirror image. Good new telephones. Love it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time, hopefully. Bye.